Hello everyone, welcome to GNU according to CD, that is Government of National Unity. Anyways, guys, without wasting too much of your time, I am seeing you guys actually asking me this question about what is happening in Pretoria today with Zimbabweans marching the streets. Basically, they are outraged at their passport price hikes back in Zimbabwe. I think the passport, to get a Zimbabwean passport, you now have to pay almost $200. That is 4,000 Rand, guys. I am not blaming them for being outraged the way they are. I don't understand why your government would make such a sensitive document so expensive to acquire or to obtain, especially towards your citizens. What is that government trying to do? Raise funds through its citizens? Because this is not right. I think the government of Zimbabwe probably understands that many Zimbabweans are exiting, or an exodus of Zimbabweans from the country to various parts of the world. And probably they have made a discovery that I don't know who did the research. Probably somebody did the research and said, listen, if we can hike up the passport prices, we are going to make billions of dollars, US dollars. I don't know. Hence why they hiked up these prices for the passports. And I fully understand. I fully understand that that will make anybody angry. In high school, we used to travel a lot because of sports and other activities that I used to do. And I remember very well our passport was free of charge, just like our ID books were free of charge. I don't know how many IDs I've lost in my life, and every time I went to Home Affairs, I didn't pay even a cent. I think I've lost about 6 or 7 IDs in my life. That is why sometimes I get really, really scared when you hear scams are going around, because I'm forever checking. If nobody opened an account in my name, nobody married me without me knowing, nobody did what with my IDs. I think I've been fortunate that something like that has not happened thus far yet. So the interesting thing is, I think around 2010-ish or 11, that is when they introduced the current passports, and now we had to pay money to obtain our passport. So just recently, I renewed my passport and I paid 600 Rand for that. 600 Rand. I was outraged for 600 Rand from having free passports to paying 600 Rand. But to be fair, I understand why we are paying 600 Rand. The technology behind the process of getting a passport, definitely money has to be spent in order for me to get my passport. And I was quite pleasantly surprised as well to see the turnaround time. It was within a week. I got an SMS. In fact, 3 days. I got an SMS telling me that my passport was ready to be picked up. I was like, what? What? Oh, this is good. This is good. Despite being upset when I made this appointment, and I think I did say it in my previous video, that if you make an appointment with Home Affairs, forget that your appointment is the appointment that you are going to get, because you're going to have people coming to cut the lines because they don't have South African documents to book online for an appointment. And so they will bribe their way to the front, and then you sit there the whole day. I went to that Home Affairs twice because of that. And the second time, I caused a scene. I caused a scene. That is why I was able to be attended to, and many other people that were with me, and they were agreeing, because we decided to toya. We will do what South Africans are known best for. Toya. I mean, I think the world is also forgetting how South Africans dealt with apartheid. I think the world has forgotten us. And I think they are climbing on our heads because they've forgotten that if we defeated apartheid, what anything else that comes our way, we will not be able to defeat. So I stood on top of those chairs. They called the police. I said, call them all. Call the army as well, and explain this to me. How is it that I came yesterday and I've got proof that my time was at 11, and by 3:30 I was told to go home because the offices are closing at 4? And I respect that. And I come the following day. And again, I'm saying, no, time is moving. And I missed 2 days of work. And at my job, no work, no pay. I'm losing money for my family. I'm losing money for my bills. That is why I was speaking the way I was speaking yesterday about this appointment thing. They don't work. When you go to Home Affairs, have your eyes peeled. Check who are the people that are with you for that appointment and see the new people that are coming in. See those people that are coming in. Watch how they are going in and out. Ask yourself, how is that possible? Cause a scene. Cause a scene. I will make a video about what Dr. Schreiber, which is the new Minister of Home Affairs, said, which I 100% agree with him because that is what I've been saying all along. Cut out the human part of Home Affairs. Automate that entire department. Let's do everything online. We're in the fourth industrial revolution, for crying out loud. If there's people that should lose their job first in the fourth industrial revolution, is the people of Home Affairs, the traitors of this country. But okay, I know I got carried away. Let's go back to the Zimbabwean situation. I agree with the people of Zimbabwe that are in Pretoria marching the streets, and I'm in support of them, actually. But this is just not about the passport for me. To be legal in South Africa is not just having a passport or a valid passport from your country. It's also having the right papers for you to be here. If it's work visa, please also get your work visa in order. If it is whatever visa, visiting visa, let it also be a visiting visa, because the danger here is, let's say the government of Zimbabwe does reduce the prices to affordable levels. It's easy for some of them to get to this because the destination will be South Africa, come what may. And then they use the valid passports, renewed valid passport, and they get themselves visiting visas, and they come here legally, but they are going to become illegal at some point when that paper gets expired. And then once again, we are in that situation of illegal immigrants. That's just the fact. So it's not just about the passport, but us now as South Africans, while Zimbabweans are busy fighting their battles, can we seal our borders? Again, we're in the fourth industrial revolution. You cannot tell me that the South African army, the border patrol, whatever they are called, they've never thought about drones with microphones and mics, whatever the case might be, that if anybody is spotted trying to cross the Limpopo River or whatever river that they cross to come over this side, they get told and given ample time to turn around. Because clearly the human factor in all of this is failing the people of South Africa. Let's get drones that are going to patrol, and then we have a nerve center where these drones are controlled, maintained, and make sure that they don't fall over the Limpopo River or shut down, etc. and so on. They must have cameras, the entire sorcerer, if it's a sorcerer that they're going to be using. It must be able to see 380 degrees. Is it 380 degrees? Yeah. So there is no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse for us. We got to seal our borders. Same thing, automate our borders. Remove the human element. Humans are corrupt and can be corrupted. Let people do whatever they need to do from their countryside. Biometrics, come through biometrically so that we can trace you. And when your time is up, we know where to get you before the time is up. No, come on. So, no, I'm fully supportive of the people of Zimbabwe. This is uncalled for. That a passport will cost 4,000 rand. 4,000 rand, that is a lot of money. No, they should do to Zimbabwean government what South Africans would do. Take to the streets, toi, cry. Show the government that you are the government. But can they also do the same thing in fixing the country? Honestly speaking, Running away is not a solution, because when you're at this side, how are you fixing your country? And I did see some people asking for mercy from the Department of Home Affairs, crying that have mercy on us. We have families back at home that we have to support. And then I'm thinking to myself, but we also have people in South Africa that are unemployed. They have families that they also need to feed. And of course, in any sovereignty, your people come first. Let your people come first. So if you are hungry in your country and all these things, go fix it. Please. You cannot fix anything from anywhere else except when you are at home facing the demon in the eye. It's not going to work from outside, guys. It's not going to work. Look at Britain right now. Britain is fed up. I hear people say, oh, these are far right wingers and what have you. But for the longest time, I mean, I know people from England that are sick and tired of Africans in their countries. Canada is going to be like that sooner or later. Many people in Canada are leaving Canada, but Africans are flocking, particularly West Africans, are flocking or influx of West Africans into Canada. Some of them cannot go there because of the Nigerian passport. So come to South Africa, marry a South African citizen. There was even somebody that shared with me in the comment section that they met a Nigerian in the US who holds a South African passport. And he said, I left Nigeria with one thing and one thing only, to become an American citizen. In order for me to become an American citizen, I need to become a South African citizen first. Go to South Africa, marry a South African woman, dump her, go to the United States, live there for enough time according to the law to naturalize me into an American citizen, then throw away this passport, meaning the South African passport. He said he will throw it away once he becomes an American citizen. So Canada is also going through the same thing. And there's a lot of Nigerians, like I said, Peace Airline land every single day in South Africa full of Nigerians. But when it goes back to Nigeria, it only has very few people inside. Very few people. And those that came here, of course, they came with a visiting visa, business visa, or whatever visa, religious visa. But the intention is to become a South African citizen. And once they're a South African citizen, they leave. Because now you're holding a South African passport, which is the most powerful passport on the continent outside of Africa. It is acceptable, it is welcomed, it has no issues, even though it's starting to have issues. Why? Because our home affairs, it is messing up this country. So now I agree with the Zimbabweans. Take to the streets, guys. Fight this one. It's too expensive. You cannot be buying your citizenship like that. That's how I always felt about the new IDs as well as the passports in the country. I'm actually buying my citizenship. I mean, we should get these things for free. But then I also had to snap out of it and realize that the fourth industrial revolution costs money. And my country is not digging deep into my pocket to obtain this smart ID, as well as what they thought this passport was also a smart passport. You can't corrupt it, you can't do anything to it, but clearly you can still manipulate it. You can still manipulate it. And lastly, I found out that Julia Zuma, the one that got convicted for selling our country to foreign nationals, she was actually convicted of 24 years. But if you remember my video, I said if I were her, I would bargain with the state and, basically say, reduce my sentence. I'll tell you everybody involved. Well, apparently that's what she did. That's why she got 12 years. Half of her sentence was reduced to 12 years. She should have spent almost a life in prison, but she got 12 years. And I hope that they are going to pounce on all these syndicates as well as their foot soldiers and bring to an end to this. But Home Affairs needs to be automated. Remove the human element out of it altogether. They have sold our countries to the dogs enough. Other than that, guys, those are my response to the question that what do I think about the Zimbabweans that are marching in Pretoria because of the hiked prices of their passport back in Zimbabwe. I support it. But South Africa, while we supporting this, fix our borders, put drones. Let's start with these cheap drones first. And then as we progress, get the most sophisticated ones and patrol that. Seal the entire countries with drones and have nerve centers where nobody is going to even dare negotiate with anybody that's trying to cross the Limpopo River. Absolutely. Anyways, do not leave this video without liking, without sharing, without subscribing and commenting your own thoughts about this. I want to know from you, fellow South Africans, what are your thoughts about Zimbabweans marching in Pretoria because of the passport price hikes in Zimbabwe? Other than that, guys, let's see each other in my next video. Goodbye.